At the ripe old age of 57, Japanese forward Kazuyoshi Miura is still playing football. He plays for Japanese club Atletico Suzuka on loan from J2 League club Yokohama FC. He's the world's oldest active player to score in a professional match, a record which undoubtedly will ever be broken, and it happened 2 years ago for the club he is now at, which was then known as Suzuka Point Getters. With 218 goals in 792 games and counting for club, and a very impressive 55 goals in 89 games for Japan, Miura is a true legend of the game and one who refuses to retire. After leaving school in 1982, Miura travelled alone to Brazil at just age 15 with an ambition to play professional football. He signed for Sao Paulo-based youth academy Juventus SP and played there for 4 years. He then signed for Santos in 1986 and made his debut at 19, but only played twice and moved on to Palmeiras, where he played 25 games and scored twice. He moved on often in Brazil, playing for Matsuyama, CRB, XV de João, Coritiba, and then back to Santos between 1986 and 1990. That year, he moved back to Japan and signed for Yomiuri SC, but then became Verdy Kawasaki in 1993 with the formation of the J1 League. Now a massive name in Japanese football from his time in Brazil, the first J1 League season he hit the ground running, scoring 25 goals in 42 games, winning the MVP in its inaugural season. In his first 5 seasons he won the league title, and in the latter 4 of them 5 he won the cup that year also. With Japan he won the AFC Asia Cup in 1992, a great year for him as he won the MVP of that tournament and the IFFHS Asian Player of the Year. For the 1994-95 season, he moved to Genoa on loan, becoming the first Japanese player to ever play in Serie A, paving way for the likes of Kazuki Honda and Hidetoshi Nakata to make a name for themselves in Italy. Miura played 21 times and scored once, which was in the Genoa derby against Sampdoria, but he returned to Japan and played for 3 more years, amassing 100 goals in 192 games in the league, a fantastic turnaround. Miura then decided to have another crack in Europe with Dinamo Zagreb in 1999, but played just 12 games. He did, however, win the league with them. He then had a trial in England with Bournemouth, but that led to nothing, and he returned to Japan, playing 2 seasons with Kyoto Purple Sanya, scoring 24 goals in 51 games. He moved to Vissel Kobe, who were famous in 2019 for having Andreas Iniesta, David Villa, Thomas Vermaelen and Lucas Podolski in their squad. Now at 34, and for many players this is of around retirement age, but he went to play for another 23 years. He played 127 games and scored 19 goals for Vissel Kobe in 5 seasons, his goal to game ratio decreasing with age. In 2005 he left for J2 League side Yokohama SC, still wanting to play on at 39, and he even joined Sydney SC on loan for 2005 6th season in the A-League for 6 games. In 2006 he won the J2 League with Yokohama and earned promotion, but that only lasted a season. From 2008 to 2019 he played in the J2 League regularly, now well into his 40s. 2012 Miura played for the Japanese futsal team, having been retired from Japan for 12 years at this point. He played at the 2012 Futsal World Cup, but failed to score in all 4 games as Japan were knocked out by Ukraine. On March 17, 2017, he overtook Stanley Matthews' record of being the oldest player to play in a professional match at 50 years old in 7 days. A week later, he surpassed Matthews as the oldest goal scorer. In August 2020, he became the oldest player to play in a Japanese Cup game at 53, beating the previous record by 11 years. In September 2020, after Yokohama's promotion to the top flight, he became the oldest player to play in the J1 League. In 2022, he signed for Suzuka Point Getters, playing 18 games that season and scoring twice. But later that year, he had a potentially final crack at European football, signing for second-tier Portuguese side Oliveirense. There he played just 9 games across 2 seasons. Miura was awarded the man of the match in the last game of the season for his team, where he played in the last 20 minutes of the match as a substitute, and Oliveirense won 4-3 against Leixões, which was met with some controversy. Ahead of this season, he rejoined Suzuka Point Getters, now known as Atletico Suzuka, still on the books of Yokohama FC, a club he has played for since 2005. Turning 57 this season, Kazu, the King, is still playing professional football, even though his games are limited in recent years. His desire to keep playing and his sheer ability to do so is something that is not found in the modern game. Stanley Matthews was the oldest player to do so previous to him, and his last game was in 1965, 2 years before Miura was born. The Kazu is not finished yet, and we are wondering when or if he is ever going to retire.